In 1943, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of a group of students who had been suspended from school for refusing to salute the American flag, leading to a landmark case which established that students had constitutional rights that must be respected in public schools. The landmark case of West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnette was heard by the Supreme Court of the United States in 1943. It involved Walter Barnette, who objected to West Virginia's state-mandated salute to the flag and refused to comply. The court found this mandatory salute was in violation of the First Amendment, marking a major victory for civil liberties and setting an important precedent for the protection of civil rights in the United States. In this landmark Supreme Court case, West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnette, the Supreme Court reversed a previous decision it made that allowed states to mandate the flag salute in the Pledge of Allegiance in public schools. The Supreme Court determined that forcing individuals to salute the flag and to pledge their allegiance to it went against their freedom of speech and expression, which is protected under the First Amendment. In West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnette, the Supreme Court determined that forcing individuals to salute the flag and to pledge their allegiance to it violated their right to freedom of speech and expression as protected by the First Amendment. This was a reversal of a previous decision which allowed states to require these actions in public schools. The Supreme Court determined that forcing individuals to demonstrate their patriotism in this way was unconstitutional and infringed on their right to freedom of speech and expression. In West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnette, the Supreme Court ruled that students in public schools could not be compelled to salute the American flag. This ruling was based upon two principal arguments made by the Barnette family: freedom of speech and freedom of religion. The Barnette family contended that forcing them to salute the American flag was a violation of their right to freedom of speech, and their religious beliefs prohibited them from engaging in idolatrous acts. The Supreme Court ultimately decided in favor of the Barnettes, establishing a significant precedent in constitutional law. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Barnette, an American family who refused to salute the flag due to their religious beliefs. Justice Robert H. Jackson's majority opinion was decisive, citing that no official can prescribe what shall be orthodox in politics, nationalism, religion, or other matters of opinion. This ruling established a precedent that firmly upholds the right to freedom of opinion and expression and prohibits government coercion to dictate beliefs. Felix Frankfurter's dissenting opinion in the landmark Supreme Court case, West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnette, emphasized the importance of national unity and public education in fostering it. He argued that the requirement for students to salute the flag was a permissible way of promoting patriotism and national cohesion. Frankfurter was wary of the court's decision, as he thought it could weaken the authority of state and local governments and their ability to maintain social stability and propagate civic values. He advocated for judicial self-restraint and deference to legislative decisions, allowing the states to decide on matters of education and patriotism. The Supreme Court in West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnette in 1943 ruled that the First Amendment protects individuals' rights to freely express themselves. This had various impacts, including an increase in the rights to freedom of speech and expression, the end of compulsory flag salutes in schools, and a recognition of the importance of individual rights over enforced conformity, which is now a commonly accepted concept. Exploring West Virginia State Board of Education versus Barnette, a landmark Supreme Court case that had a profound impact on civil liberties and freedom of expression, was the focus today. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Barnette, affirming the right for an individual to not be obligated to salute the flag or to say the Pledge of Allegiance if they so choose. This case serves as a reminder of the importance of protecting our constitutional rights, and as a reminder of the importance of taking the time to learn more about this ruling and its lasting legacy.